What's up, and welcome to a F1 episode of Bricks and Toys. Today, we are back basically 1 year later from when the impossible happened. And we are here today to talk about another impossible happening with LEGO F1. I went into it last year. I went back, double-checked my video to make sure this one's crisp and new for you guys. But I got into F1 because of a TV show called Drive to Survive. I am now one full F1 season into it. It was an incredible season. Mercedes did well last year. McLaren did even better with the Constructors' Championship. When I got started with LEGO and Technic and all of that, there was none of that. There was no real interest in F1 other than the construction going on in my city for the first ever Las Vegas Grand Prix. Well, actually not the first ever, but the first of recent times. And this McLaren just caught my eye. I didn't really understand F1. I couldn't figure out why this car, for instance, had a 6-cylinder engine. I later learned it's got a 6-cylinder engine because it is a hybrid system to where it's electric, turbocharged, and a 6-cylinder all into one, which is really cool tech for F1. But I bought this car just because it was so cool. I mean, I didn't know anything. It was just cool. It's like, I like the look of F1 cars, and seeing it like that was just incredible. And then I got into the whole thing with Drive to Survive, F1, blah, blah, blah. And then this happened. The Mercedes, I think it's the FW14, something like that. And I bought this last year because it came out last March. And this thing, compared to this thing, is just incredible. This one was like a kid's toy in comparison to this. And I remember building this and talking to you guys about all the sponsors, the stickers, the detailing. It was just awesome. For the last year, I've had both of these sets almost simultaneously next to each other, and every time I walk by, like in recent times, they're right outside the door of my bedroom bathroom, and they just make me smile. Man, I just love walking out to these cars. But a year ago, I kind of had the thought, well, what comes next? And I know I said it in one of my darn videos, but I cannot think what video I said it in, because I had a brief discussion with you guys of what do you think comes next? And you know, I don't know if I ever discussed it on video any further than that, but the thought came to mind, well, it's simple. Ferrari. LEGO has contracts with Mercedes to make Speed Champions and other Technic products. Same thing with McLaren. What else do they do? Ferrari. So it was no surprise when we found out we're getting a Ferrari F1 car this year. And with that news, it was like, wow. So now we got McLaren, we got Mercedes, we're going to have Ferrari. Now, mind you, all of these cars are from different years of F1. So even if you do get all 10 for say, they're not all from the right generation of where they competed against each other. So let that knowledge be known. But I was like, it's going to be Ferrari. It's going to be all right. And it's going to be cool. We're going to have red, black, orange, and blue. It's going to be awesome. And then they said, we're making one of each F1 team Speed Champions. And I'm like, wait, what? That means licensing for Aston, which they already had through Speed Champions, licensing for Red Bull, V-Carb, Sauber, and more. And it's like, okay, now where does that lead us? And then just immediately after that news, today's build came to light. And that is right here, everybody. The Oracle Red Bull Racing RB20. Max Verstappen's 4th championship winning car. Right here. Wow. This is what I wanted last year when I built this lovely Mercedes. But when it comes to LEGO and licensing, you take what you can get and you're thankful. Like with this. And then it led to this, and now we are here. So let's clear off this desk and let's talk about the RB20 today and the focus of today's video, because man, this I cannot wait to tear it up. Here we go, everybody. Let's talk about it. Cost $229.99 here in the US. So right on price point with other larger Technic sets, especially right there with the past Mercedes from last year. 1/8 scale. It's blue. It's red. It's yellow. It says Oracle. It says Red Bull. Man, I'm at a loss for words. When I see this set, everybody, I'm like, somebody pinch me. I must be dreaming, because last year this was only a figment of my imagination, because it was going to be Ferrari, because that's the only thing that can make sense. And then they did this. They got the licensing, and yes, that must be how Max feels to win a championship. Like, the impossible has become possible. Okay, let's stop dwelling on it and let's just start talking about this box now. 18 and older style packaging, because, well, it is an 18 and older set. That means black box, greebled bottom. The black box has the car imposed on it with like a whitish blue hue around the car to make the car pop on that black background. We have the RB20 logo right up here, Oracle Red Bull Racing. We have it mentioned also down there with another logo just for the brand itself, not the car number. With that greebled bottom, it is in a dark blue color to accent the vehicle. Technic 18-42206 is going to be your set number, with 1,639 pieces to create this set. Now, one thing just from looking at this box that we're going to see that's different, we have printed Pirelli tires, not just slicks. So that was a big thing. With the McLaren, they used the same tires, I think, from the Tumbler. With the Mercedes, they introduced slicks. One more year later, printed tires, everybody. Besides printed tires, we have stickers galore. We're going to talk more about the stickers once we get this box open and we get it dumped out here on the table. Let's continue looking around the box. Looking at the side of the box, we have a front-back shot, basically showing the cockpit and all of the sponsorship stickers of the vehicle, the brand right up here, and Lego. On this side of the box, we have the country of origin and the do not eat it right there. On the very top of the box, we have a side profile of the car with a 1-to-1 of the wheel right there. Actually, the wheel cap, not the wheel with the tire, just the cap with the two middle bricks right there. And then on the very bottom, we have the recycling information, Legal Eagles, barcodes, Lego app, all of that stuff. Then on the very back of the box, we have information as usual. Carrying over the black with the bluish white hue, highlighting the car. We got the car now sideways, looking more on top of the car. One little nerdy little geek freak that I do notice with this set, it is based off of the practice RB20. If you kind of noticed later part of the season, the back started looking a little bit different of the RB20 than when they started out the season. Probably because of all the struggles that they had with the car later on. I mean, Max barely got his 4th championship with this car. This car proved to be a little bit tricky. Maybe the RB19 would have paid a lot better homage, as that was a constructor championship car and a driver championship with a runner-up with Sergio Perez championship car. Anyway, back to the set at hand. Not statistics. We can continue to see the allotment of stickers just coating this entire vehicle. But hey, like I said, we got printed tires now, so we're good. Does look like we're going to have a removable engine cover once again, as we can see down here. We do have a look at the suspension. Looks like we're going to have different suspension components this year. Cannot wait to look at that and see how that is. There is the actual RB20 of actually Sergio Perez's right there in that last picture. Over here, it says 1/8 scale with the dimensions, 5.5 inches tall and 25 inches long. So this guy's going to be over 2 feet, which is perfect. And that is the box, everybody. Now, let's bring you guys in and let's look at the contents of this box. And let's start building it. Yes! Okay, so let's start the unboxing. We have 2 pieces of tape, cuts open the box, set slides out. We have 10 plastic bags. Let you guys get a good look. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. We then go into a unnumbered bag right here with our 4 wheels. Looks like some chassis parts and probably a part of the rear engine cover right there. Then we have a box. No loose tires, guys. We have an actual box. Maybe it's a box now to preserve the printing on the sidewall of the tire. Maybe that's going to be a fragile thing to get scraped off. That's why they package it in a little cardboard box now. But yeah, there's our new slicks for the set. Then we come over here. We have our sticker sheets. Well, you look at that. 2 sticker sheets of 45 numbered stickers. I did see a lot of doubles, so it's definitely more than 45, probably more like 60 total. But yeah, that's my hand. That's a sticker sheet. That is big. Then we come over to our book, QR code, get our 20 points. And then we can open up our book, start taking a look. And oh, wow. There's the actual RB20, and there's the actual RB20 Technic. That is beautiful. Continuing on, we got some literature to read, as well as, well, Sergio Perez and his RB20. Then we get some shots of the car. And then we come back over here. We have another profile of the car right there. And then we have the designer right there, as well as an advertisement for this car, as well as the Ferrari that is also sold alongside of it this year at LEGO. And then we go right into bag number 1, and we begin our build probably on the gearbox. And we go all the way until step 418, putting the wheels and tires together 4 times, and 369 pages. And there is our build, everybody. Now, let's get to work, and I'll see you guys on the review. And here we are, everybody, to the review segment of the Oracle Red Bull Racing, the RB20 Technic F1 car. And let's just go over it just in general right now. Ignore the squeaks of my chair and just admire this beauty with all of its stickers, all of its blue and yellow accents all over the cockpit, the engine cover. Let's just take a nice look. Printed tires, yellow and silver accents on the wheels. Coming around, take you from this side on down. More of the same on the other side. And then we'll start picking her apart very slowly. Okay, well, let's start off with that front spoiler, or the front wing. We have, I think, at least a dozen stickers making up this wing. I love how the stickers literally section off the Red Bull, giving it that authentic race look as you see on TV. Then we have the BYPIT stickers on top of that, with that center yellow accented sticker for the nose. We have the Mobile One sponsorship stickers on both sides, with a Claro sticker on the inside. So just right there on the nose cone alone. Oh yeah, and 2 more right there. At least a dozen stickers. Then we come around the center of the nose. More stickers, at least another half a dozen between the wheel covers and this front part alone. But looking beyond the stickers, we can see we have a new suspension element. I don't know about it, guys. I kind of like the old school way of doing it, where it kind of looked a little bit more sporty. This looks a little bit molded and boring. I don't know. I get why they did it, to make it easier for us to build the suspension, but having this all one piece kind of takes away the effect of the old school F1 cars that actually look legitimate. Oh yeah, we just got a little FIA racing sticker right down in there. The suspension is done with springs that go the length of the car and they push in. Not quite sure what that suspension technology is called, but that is what causes the spring effect. Coming on down the side, more stickers. We got the big Oracle sticker with the Siemens and the HD right there. And then we get a look at these nice piece usages right here for the side pods. And then we have another sticker right over there. And we have the dark hole, which is the air intakes right over there. Like the nice running board design in black. That's really nice. Coming along to the back, we got those same suspension elements right here to make the back. Back has a lot of travel compared to the front. I double-checked the manual. I don't think I built it wrong, but man, we're going to talk about that here in a second. We have more stickers on that rear spoiler. We do have a little bit of a way to... DRS is activated. Watch out. Max is going to pass Lando. Woo! Okay, enough fun with that for now. More Mobile One stickers with, I believe, stickers on the inside of the spoiler, right over in there on both sides. We got these big taillight elements right in there. And then we have our little exhaust pipe in there. Coming on over to the engine cover, we got some really good Lego system brick usage with some Technic usage to make that nice engine cover look of the RB20. Then we have more stickers all over here, another half a dozen stickers. The engine cover does lift off just like that, revealing, well, you know, it's kind of a lackluster engine on this guy. Not quite sure what I'd be looking at because they keep this secret in F1. You don't ever really get a look in this part of the car. But, you know, we can see how the suspension's put together and everything, at least in the Technic version of this. And we do have a little bit of a gearbox what you can switch and do stuff with. Not quite sure. It is one of the more simpler gearboxes of Technic. It's only like a 2-speed if I remember right. Engine cover goes right back on just like that and kind of falls into place. Once the engine cover is back on, we can go in. We can see the center seat kind of blurred out by how dark it is in there. We have 2 rubber hose pieces to make that driver protection area right there. Turning the car around just to show you that everything is more or less the same coming around. Coming out is where I want to show you guys where I feel like the car is a little bit high in the back. As you guys can see, I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. Let me know down in the comments if you think that I did something wrong. I would love to know. Here we got the nice new slicks with the printed. I really love the Pirelli P0 logos and the stripes on those. With the mirrors, we have a mixture of system and regular Technic elements. Now let's take a look at the bottom of the car. These awesome airfoils coming through. No bottom board on this one because it is Technic and not a real car. There we can see our piston and our cranks and all of that. There we can see our 2-speed gearbox. And there's what I mean with the springs on how they go the length of the car. Also, by looking at this, you can see nothing was done wrong. It's just funny on how it's so high in the back. Finishing up with this part of the review, we do have a little steering knob right up here to help us move, well, the front wheels, as well as the steering wheel in the cockpit. It does move as well, and you can move the steering wheel in the cockpit if you got small enough fingers to move the front wheels. So you have 2 ways to move the wheels, 2-speed gearbox, and movable pistons as the functions of this car. Let's wrap up the video. Let's get our box out of the way, and now let's talk about some final thoughts about this beautiful sticker-laden Technic car. And you know what, guys? This is not going to be very fair. I love Red Bull. I'm literally drinking a Red Bull for breakfast. I'm kind of like that movie from 15 years ago now with Jim Carrey, you know, the Yes Man movie. I like Red Bull. I had Red Bull this morning. Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull. Yeah. I love Red Bull. I love Red Bull racing. I love everything about it. The thing that really draws me to Red Bull F1 is Max Verstappen. Say what you want to say about the guy. He is a determined man that only has one mission, and he accomplishes his mission most of the time when the car is working. And that's one of the things that kind of makes this car bittersweet in this review, is the RB20 was not a good car for Red Bull. And we did get it in, well, Technic form. But you know what? That is okay. Because, like I said earlier in the video, Max did take home his 4th championship. But they did come 3rd in the Constructors because this car, it just couldn't be managed by the average driver. Like, no offense to Sergio Perez, Max's teammate, who did not do well at all last year with this car. A lot of DNFs, a lot of crashes, a lot of low place finishes. Just not good stuff at all. 2024 is a year we will never forget when it comes to this car going around the track. But that's enough about F1. Back to the car at hand. The only complaint that I have of this car is going to be, is it too high in the back? It feels like an off-road. I just don't think that is right. But if it is, drop a comment down below and please let me know so I could stop worrying about it and I can let bygones be bygones and let that slide. That's the only thing. The other thing that a lot of people are going to complain about with this is the amount of stickers. Would you believe me that I built this over 4 nights, putting in 2 hours over the first 3 nights, and then on the 4th night, I think I put 4 hours into it. So I got about 10 to 12 building hours in this car. It's true, guys. I did put that much time. But in my defense, I was relaxing, I was watching TV, and I did build it on my couch under a heavy-duty flashlight. But the thing is, when I did the stickers, I did not just sticker slap most of the time, like with the Speed Champions. I sticker slap, move on. Usually, the faster you do it, the better it comes out. You know what they always say, don't think about it, just do it. But with this, I didn't take that approach with the stickers. I meticulously measured and lined them up and leveled them and took them back off and put them back on, and just, I was not happy until it was right. Now, am I saying every sticker is perfect on my version of this car? No. I still suck. I think a lot of us suck at putting on stickers, and that's one of the things that we have to consider when doing this car. It's stickers galore. And you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to measure them and try to get them as close as possible. Because the thing that a lot of people don't think about with the stickers, and I figured it out on this one, what's done on this side is done on this side. So if I put this sticker at a certain angle, like so many millimeters from this edge and millimeters from this edge, basically, you know, the direction it goes like this, I want to do the same on this side. So it looks perfect. Same thing with the spoiler, and same thing with the wing in the front, same thing with the side pods. It's just getting it, okay, when I put it over here, I did it this much with this much. I just took so much time with stickers. This is the most time I ever took with stickers with this car. And they're still not perfect. Like the Tag Heuer sticker right here on the hoop, it's crooked. I try to get it straight. Every time I get it straight, something blows, it's sideways. Write it off. It is what it is. Do I think the car is a good value for $230 US? Yes, I do think it's a good value because I'm biased. Last year when I built the, what was it, the WB14 whatever Mercedes, I swore I said in that video that I would love to have a Red Bull Racing version of that car, but it will likely never happen because of the licensing. Well, we got lucky, guys, and I think it's because of the Speed Champions lineup, which is going to be our next video series, is why they got the licensing to do this. And it's incredible that they did do it. I'm thankful for it. To me, it's worth the money because I have to have this in my collection because I'm such a huge fan. But for you guys who are lesser fans, maybe buy yourself the Ferrari. You're probably more of a fan of Ferrari than you are of Red Bull, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be worth the money, just like this is to me, to you guys out there that's on the other side of the teams. Maybe wait for a sale for this one to suit your needs better. But for all of you Red Bull fans out there, pick it up today from your Lego store, from online, place an order, get it, build it, take 2 to 3 hours a night getting it done, or a day, and just lavish the beauty, staring at it like I do. This one's going to be out on public display for a minute. It's like Borat would say. Very nice. But that's just me being biased. So on that, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, I just want to say, hit the subscribe button and follow along with all of the cool stuff. F1 season is just a few days away from kicking off in Melbourne when this video comes out. And I believe either right after Melbourne, the Speed Champions series is going to hit you guys of all of the cool F1 Speed Champions cars. We got the 10-pack. Cannot wait to show you guys. So if you guys are enjoying the F1 Lego content, especially, hit that subscribe button, follow along, share the video with your friends, like the video, the thumbs up button. We'll see you on the 10-pack Amazon Speed Champions F1 set. Thank you so much for watching. You all have a good one.